In CareHD, there is a feature where you can start a soap note in one adjusting area and then assign the soap note to a different adjusting area. This is for the purpose if you have a patient that you need to take from one room to another room where two different providers may be adding onto a soap note. For example, say you have an exam room where maybe an assistant starts a note, maybe with different findings they had in an exam, and then you want the assistant to be able to submit that part of the soap note, but then assign the patient in the soap note to an adjusting area where the chiropractor then is going to come in and treat the patient, and then they need to continue onto that same soap note. To turn on that option, you're going to log into the location, go to Settings, Office, Office Configuration, and then you have Enable Soap Assignment options. You want to toggle this to on. This is off, this is on. What this will look like in practice is a patient will be arrived, and then the first provider or first person is on the doctor's soap note screen and they click on the patient. Now, say I'm doing an exam and I need to start posting my findings in the note for the chiropractor. I will click and start my note. Maybe I'll do subjective or whatever the case may be. At this point, that person or that provider is done with that patient, and we need to move the patient to a different room and keep the soap note open so the next provider can add on to the soap note. I would click Submit and Assign. So then I would sign the soap note to the next adjusting area. So maybe I'll do room 2. And then at that point, the doctor, and you can see it moved that patient to room 2. At that point, the next provider would go into room 2, start seeing the patient. The patient is still in the arrived queue. I would click on the patient, and now you can see here is the part of the soap note that first person already started. So now I can go to the next line and do my next part of the soap note. And it adds on to what someone had already started in the soap note. This would not be a good option if there are two different appointment types, because soap notes are tied to the appointments that are scheduled on the calendar. So this would be a situation where you have one appointment, but the patient may have to go to different areas or different people adding to the soap note. So again, it's not for different appointment types. Like you have an appointment for on a massage calendar and then an appointment on a chiropractor's calendar. Those would be in two different soap notes and two different arrival queues. But this is a situation where you need to start a soap note and then assign and move the patient to a different room, and then someone else needs to continue on to that same soap note. So at this point, I'm the second provider, second person seeing the patient, treating them. And then I've added onto the soap note, and then I would just say save and assign if I need to sign it somewhere else or hit submit.